Welcome to Scrumisms. Today's Scrumism, reduce context switching. Context switching is when we are working on one thing, and then we switch gears to work on another without finishing the first thing. It's like having a firefighter fighting a fire and then they leave before the fire's out to go across town and fight another fire. And then they leave again and come back to the first one, and we lose time in that change. That's context switching. And the industry data is clear. Context switching hurts delivery. For many teams, the price of context switching is between 20 and 40% productivity, sometimes more. Now, there's two ways of thinking about context switching. The first way of thinking about context switching is how many items a team is working on at the same time. Another way of thinking about context switching is the interruption of flow. Flow is a productive state of mind. It's where you're knee-deep in the problem and time seems to fade away. But it can be interrupted easily, and it takes 15 minutes to get back into that state. So 30 seconds of checking a quick email might cost you 15 minutes of productive time. If context switching is so destructive to productivity, why is it so prevalent? Well, first of all, it requires us to say, not right now, to everything but the highest priority, and that can be a hard conversation. I also often hear, well, we have too much to do, we need to get started. If you have a lot to do, why are you choosing to context switch and deliver less then? And lastly, it feels productive. Look how many things are in progress. We must be getting things done. So what are some of the ways that we can reduce our context switching then? The first is to have stable teams, where team members are dedicated to one team. Another thing is to batch interruptions. Maybe we only check emails twice a day, or we group our meetings together. You want times of continuous work to be able to get into flow. Also, we can define what is an emergency. In other words, what is worth paying the price of context switching for. This definition is to help us filter out emergencies, not create more. We want to measure done and use that as a rate of success. Another way to reduce context switching is to prioritize and focus on one thing at a time. And once you've started it, get it done before you move on to the next thing. One team that I worked with, everything was a context switch. Every customer request superseded the last one. Until finally they had one sprint where they decided that they weren't going to context switch at all. And that sprint, they delivered 25% more without working any harder or working in extra hours. Again, they delivered 25% more in just 2 weeks by reducing their context switching. So if you want to improve your rate of delivery, look for ways to reduce your context switching.